Higher Learning is John Singleton.
Yup.
Out of all the directors you worked with over the years, what made John Singleton different than every other director? Rest in peace, by the way.
What made John Singleton different was, number one, his enthusiasm. He loved making movies. He loved rehearsing. He loved cinematographers. He loved the lighters. He loved the gaffers. He loved being on set. He loved actors. He loved it. And he was so, he gave you such confidence to try things. He gave me and all the other actors, but I could just speak from my experience, such confidence to try things, to stay in my lane, to not be concerned. Playing that character was a predominantly black set, and I'm playing this character, Remy in Higher Learning, who's N-word this, N-word, saying the most crazy shit. And my first day on set.
You were the white racist in that movie.
Yes.
Yes.
And I remember the first day on set was a scene where I'm like saying everything. It's a scene in the dorm room where I pull a gun. Was that the first day? Or the first takes that I did on the first day of Higher Learning was N-word this, N-word that, N-word this, N-word that. And he said, cut. And it went quiet. And John was like, and he came over to me and, he wanted me to feel comfortable, like, do your shit. Like, don't worry about offending anybody. Like, he loved acting. He loved actors. He just made you feel great about what you were doing. Even if you did a take that sucked, he wanted you to try things. And he was probably the most enthusiastic, supportive, outwardly supportive director that I ever worked with. And he was a friend, John was a friend. We were friends before I got Higher Learning, and we remained friends. And he was just such a supportive person, and just a sweet, nice nerd. He was a nerd. John Singleton was a film geek, film nerd. And that was a big loss.
Well, John Singleton was supposed to do the Tupac movie originally, but there were scenes that he wrote into there, particularly a Tupac prison rape scene that the producers were upset about, so he got kicked off the project. They brought in Betty Boom, which ultimately I thought created somewhat of a lackluster film. You watched it?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it at all?
I watched pieces. I watched scenes of it. I've caught some of it on cable.
Really?
I didn't need to see it. I feel like sometimes leave well enough alone. I think that the Hughes brothers, is it Albert or Alan? Alan Hughes' documentary.
Yeah.
Alan Hughes. There's been so many incredible documentaries.
Oh, yeah.
Like, keep that. I think the urge and zest to do a biofilm for everybody. Sometimes you got to let 30 years pass before you do these. And we're getting to that point now, but it's like, I didn't watch it. I didn't care to watch it. I don't know if it's good or not good, but the documentaries have served enough for me. There's been the Dear Mama documentary and there's been a Holler If You Hear Me. That was incredible. There's been some incredible documentaries about him, and I don't need to see it reenacted or performed, and they'll nail it at one point. I think the way to do it is not to try to do the life and times, to like pick a period.
Yeah, just pick an area. Yeah, exactly.
Pick the night of the fight, and I don't know, something.
Yeah, exactly.
This, little Tupac, and then his mother, and then, it's just like, you're going into this like 25 years scope of life, and it costs money to recreate the sets in the 70s. And, if you're going to do stuff with his mother, in the 60s, it's a lot of, making a good movie is not easy.